Robby D and the lesser known.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Robby D and the Lesser Knowns. I'm your expert host, Robby D. Oh, the applause sign is on, people. Come on. With me, as always, is producer Will.
Hello.
There he is. A little fun fact, producer Will thought Belize was in South America. And for those of you who don't know, it's sandwiched in between Mexico and Guatemala. But we'll let him think that. And
it's on the coast. I learned that, so it's not sandwiched.
Well, it's some sort of a sandwich. It's a hoagie. In any case, he knows where it is now, and so do you. So if nothing else, you've learned something on the podcast today, and that's good for all of us. But let's tell you something you don't know, and that's who our guest is. And it is none other than the talented, the fabulous Mindy Sterling.
But your show is called The Lesser Known.
Yes, so let's address that elephant in the room right now.
So that makes me a little nervous now.
No. Let me tell you what the benchmark is for lesser known.
Okay.
It's whether my mom knows who you are or not. And since she only knows who Adam Sandler is, that's it.
She doesn't know who I am?
Well, she's about to.
My mom knew who you were the first guest my mom knew. She goes, ooh,
No,
I know her.
If you say Mindy Sterling from Austin Powers, she played Frau, there's no way, Robby, that your mother will not know who I am. Unless she is, just in the closet.
I'm serious. I don't think she's going to know. But she's
Is she? Why?
Because she
Doesn't
she
watch-
lives in Puerto Rico on an island. And
Oh, she does? What are you? What is your nationality?
I'm Italian-French.
So why is she in Puerto Rico?
She's a mutt. She likes the water and wanted to live there.
What a kind way to describe your own
That's
mother.
your mother. And so
God.
she's in Puerto Rico, but she's not Puerto Rican.
No.
And is she married?
She's not, but she's with someone.
So she's his mistress?
I think they're
Boyfriend and girlfriend?
life partners, something. I don't know. That's a
And
bad
is he
term.
Puerto Rican?
He is.
Okay,
I think so.
Well, what a lovely place to live, though, whether
Yeah.
you're Puerto Rican or not. Like, good for her. But she must watch movies.
She does Adam Sandler movies, a whole bunch of them.
Well, and they're funny. So, you know what? Just for my own comfortable, feelings, can you just ask her if she knows who I am and let me know?
Yeah, I'll text her right now.
Okay, thank you.
So while we do that,
While we're doing that, let's see. What can I tell you?
what can you tell me?
What did I do last night? I'm trying to remember. What was it? I know. I am involved in a fundraising, so I'll just bring that right up at the bat. And it's for LLS, Leukemia Lymphoma Society, and a friend of mine, Charlie Schlatter, who, if you look him up, you'll see all the wonderful things he does. He's a voiceover actor. He's an on-camera actor. He was in 18 Again, the movie. Anyway, he's running for Man of the Year, and it's a 10-week campaign to raise as much money as you can. And we are going on, I believe, the third or the final 2 weeks. Over the weekend, we did like just 2 nights of all these actors getting together and doing short little scenes, and some of us have had very little rehearsal, and we put them up at the Stella Adler Theater in Hollywood and raised money. And if anybody's interested to help us out, because Charlie is living with leukemia, a rare form of leukemia, and is doing amazing, but he has to take a pill every day. So thank goodness for the research that LLS has done for that. I'm a breast cancer survivor, so all this money goes to all kinds of cancers, and everybody's been affected by it. And, I guess maybe the best way is if anybody is interested, they can...
Maybe just give us your phone number.
Just throw your phone number and personal
I like there was that moment. It was like, all right. That's okay.
So if you want to contact Mindy, just send us an email at the RDLK podcast.
The official email is rdlkpodcast@gmail.com.
Thank you, producer Will.
And I'll give them the link. That is so cool, you guys. Thank you.
No
What a
problem.
way to
Of course.
start the
There we go.
podcast.
Helping people. I love
Help
it.
people helps support people. Cancer, blah.
The answer is no good.
Cancer.
Yeah, it's no good.
No good.
But people helping is good.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're going to do. Mindy Sterling has over 200 credits on IMDb.
I do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know how many that is? That's
Is that good? People say that, and then I look at it and go, I don't even remember half of it.
well, you still remember 100 of them then.
Yeah.
That's still pretty good.
And that is over 100 more than I have.
Yeah, that's a lot. For those of you, I think producer Will has one.
Two.
Two credits.
What did
so.
you do?
Credits. I did the short film that Robby made.
Okay.
And that was awesome.
I love short films.
And then I was an intern on the National Geographic documentary because I worked for National Geographic in college. So that was pretty cool.
Oh, wow, that is good.
Iceman Autopsy about Otzi, the oldest preserved human that we have, and he was murdered. And so it was this autopsy of him, and they're trying to do it, and they think he was hit in the back of the head with a rock, and that's why he fell into the snow and was so perfectly preserved.
But didn't you guys, were you around when they had the magazines?
Yeah, I still have my subscription to National
minute, so they
Geographic.
still have them?
Oh, absolutely. If you go on
I didn't know
Amazon,
that.
if you go on Amazon at select times, you can get a year-long subscription for $15,
I
which
wonder
is
if my son would
so
be
worth-
interested because he likes that kind of stuff. But I just always loved the photography.
they're so
and
good.
It's just beautiful, and I remember those magazines being just magical and interesting. And of course, people don't really buy books that much anymore, and everything is online. But I wonder if he would like that.
I think you would, because every issue's got at least one. I love dinosaurs, and I wanted to be a paleontologist when I was a kid. And
No,
there's
he could care less.
always something
He's
interesting.
anime. He's all about anime.
He's all. Well, there's good. I don't think there's much in National Geographic
No,
about
not on
that.
There's some naked women, but
$15, naked women sounds like
Robby signed
takes
up.
one. It just takes one.
it's a pretty solid deal. Mindy, let's go back and start from the early days, though. You were born in New Jersey, but grew up in Miami.
Yes, that is true. I have no memory of New Jersey. I
Okay.
think we left when I was 2. So, yes, so we went to Miami. My father, Dick Sterling, was an entertainer, performer, singer, actor, and so we went to Miami to do. I think he went off and did the Catskills and things like that. So yeah.
And then the day came, Mindy wanted to do it. Mindy wanted to be a performer.
I know, and I can't say that I remember the day that it happened. I just do remember it was in school, and it was in what was it, elementary school, and I remember there was the play, because we had drama then. Remember, we all had to, I don't know if you guys remember, but we all had drama, so it was part of the curriculum. It wasn't, and I was very shy as a kid, and I thought, wow, I could be a character, and then I wouldn't have to be me. So that hit me really well. And then I think the first thing I ever did was the Mikado, which is an opera, in 6th grade. And I was one of the 3 little maids, and I did that. And then I thought, oh my God, because it was quirky and fun, and you hung out with geeks and nerds, and I was kind of like that. And then so I did plays all the time when I went to school, and then in junior college, and it was just oh, I love this.
Do you ever feel like when you call customer service people, when you just do a character, isn't it more fun to interact with them? Do you do that?
Do you mean be characters?
No, when I call AT&T or whatever customer service, instead of just talking about my problem, I'm like, hey, how you doing there, dog? I got a problem with my phone.
No, I do not do characters
You don't do
or
that?
voices.
Oh.
No, Robby, I don't know what the point is.
I do a character.
It's
It's
so
called
much more
Angry Man.
I do talk. I talk. I can. I'm. It depends on my mood, because I hate those ones where they go, "Hi, this is Stella. How was your day today? Everything going well?" Yeah. All right. Listen,
No, Stella, I wouldn't be calling
I
you.
know.
if every-
I don't want to chat, or when you go to the bank and the tellers, this new thing now is, hi, I want to transfer some money. It's okay. What's the weather like out? It's fine. How's your day going? It's fine. I don't want to chat.
Where are you located? Right next to someone who's pissed off about their phone.
And it's not.
working.
It's just that we don't. You know what I mean? Everybody's trying so hard when you walk into a store and it's "Hi, how are you today? Listen, we're having a sale." I know. I saw the sign. Thank you very much. Is there anything No. If I need something, I'll let you know. I'm horrible because it's just we're here for. I'm not here to make friends.
Yeah.
New York's got that down. I once went to pick up my takeout in New York, and I was like, hey, how you doing? And the guy just looks at me and goes, fuck off. He just was like, all right, that's message received, sir. I will not bother you again.
Fuck off.
It's just, I think
Fuck off. Here's your change.
It's horrible, and I don't know if I've just gotten more gruff as I've gotten older, and I'm not a nasty person. I mean, if somebody comes up to me and asks me or recognizes me or asks me for a pic, I am all over it. I love it. But I just think, again, when people are asking you, how are you? There isn't a sincerity to it. It's a mechanic, and it's. I'd rather just let us know if we can, help you in any way. Great, thank you. And then of course you're like, okay, where is she now? Now I need help, and you're not anywhere to be seen.
You told me to leave, so I've been in the back smoking.
So yeah. Anyway. I don't know how we got off on that.
No, that was my fault. Because you said being a character, when you're a character, it's more fun.
No.
That's why I feel like.
But when I call, and I'm really always nice. Hi, how are you? Listen, and if they help me, I'm like, thank you so much. You really helped me out. I am very, very grateful.
Well, maybe you should try doing a country accent.
Listen, I don't believe that I saw this movie you charged me for.
See? I already want
Backdoor Girls 43 is not my film. I ordered the 41st one.
Yes, so this is wrong. Help me out.
I already want to help you. So college wasn't anything theater related either? You just kind of...
Well, I did. I mean, it was a junior college, like 2 years, and I did do, let's see, what did I do? I did Butterflies Are Free, and I had a boyfriend at the time, I met him there, and so he was the guy, and I was, the Goldie Hawn part. And I did some other stuff I don't really remember. So that's what I did. I did just theater.
And then you said, got to go to L.A.
Well, it was like, once you got out, then you're like, well, what are you going to do? You have to go to New York or L.A. And I had, when I was 16, I went to L.A. because I had aunt and uncle and cousins there to visit. And then I thought, well, it's very, very similar to Miami. I mean, the weather, and you have your own car. And so I liked that. And then, so he was going to L.A. and said, well, let me go first, and I'll get settled, and then you can come. So then I came, and then, I don't know, maybe a year, and then it didn't work out, and then, we kind of split. So, but he got me there, because I was a baby. I was like in my early 20s, never lived away from home, never took care of myself, always, was, mommy and daddy. And so it was a huge transition for me.
Are you, did you turn out to be more successful than him?
In my career, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he went off, did other stuff, but yeah.
It's a good thing he went first. He got settled.
Yeah.
Just to clear the path for you to come through.
Blaze the trail.
Hurricane Mindy. Wow.
Yes. But it was, it took a while, it was hard, and I did, I think that's, I don't know, you kind of learn the ropes and going that way. But I was also very naive, very shy, not very confident.
When you first got here, were you more of drama, or was it always comedy? Always comedy.
Always comedy. Yeah.
So some people get here heavy drama, and then they realize they're really good at this, and they pivot. Like Jim Varney was a big Shakespearean actor before he became earnest. So
yes. No, it was definitely comedy. So my dad was funny. My dad was a comedian, and I was a goofhead.
I love that term, goofhead.
I was a goofhead.
I want to be a goofhead. Wait, hold on.
Is that Mom?
Yep.
No?
No, I don't. Why? Is that the next lesser known?
Okay, well, tell her to look me up.
Bring in the clowns!
Tell her. I can't believe that she hasn't. Goldbergs. Does she watch the Goldbergs? Oh, because she's in Puerto Rico.
I don't think she has a TV, to be honest with you.
Oh, for God's sakes. Well, now it makes sense. She probably just makes in the sand. A lot of love making.
That's fine.
I'm having a hard time hearing me now.
You are?
Yeah.
Are you still there?
I was muffled. Now, a little bit more.
More?
Yes, right there.
Holy cow.
Why? Is that bad?
Yeah, we're redlining.
Well, it was just muffly, so I don't know. Okay, I'm better. Yeah, that's good.
Is the hair in between?
No, I put my hair back over my ears. Yeah, now it's better.
I'll turn that just a smidge so we get out of the red.
What's wrong with the red?
The red is when I can no longer fix it in post.
Oh, okay.
See,
all
like right there, we're peaked.
Okay.
Just a little bit. So we'll turn down just a smidge.
Thank you.
I'll level it all out. It'll sound so crisp and clean.
Thank you.
See,
like a fresh fall apple.
So here we are. We got Mindy Sterling. She's in Los Angeles, circa 19.
What?
85-ish?
Yeah, maybe.
Circa 85, and you said, Groundlings, this is where I'm going to go.
Well, I first was did improv in another place called the LA Connection and met.
The one in the Valley?
It wasn't in the Valley at the time. It was at Crossroads.
Was it the same one, though? The same one that's in the Valley? Was Kent Scove there?
Yes.
No way.
Why did you do that?
That was my very first improv class I ever took was at LA Connection in Sherman Oaks. It's in the Valley.
Yes, yes, I did. It was with him, and there were several people who went to the Groundlings that were there, and they were the ones that told me, you've got to come to the Groundlings. So that's what I did. I went and watched a show and was like, oh my God, this is what I want. The caliber of talent was amazing, and
that's so crazy.
So that's where I went. Yeah.
No, because I remember when I first got here, someone told me I had stand up growing up before I moved to LA, so I was heavy stand up, and someone said you should try improv. So I went. I found it online, and it said, perform shows right away, take a cut of the box office. And I had a lot of friends. So I finally got to a level where I could perform shows, and I had 20 people show up. And I was like, all right, so what's this cut of the box office? And I got 75 cents towards my next class. It wasn't even cash.
Oh, that's 75 cents. Wow.
But it was like a percentage divided amongst, it was like a whole fucking algorithm.
You could play a game of Pac-Man.
Yeah. No, but I didn't even get it. It went towards my next class.
So you can see this, yeah.
So then I was like, oh, but I mean, to be perfectly honest,
the whole thing it was great. Yeah.
And it was awesome because I got on stage within 6 months. Which
and see
schools,
and I can see again. And Kent was he really, and it was very structured in terms of what the things we did. It was a lot of games, and I like to do more scene work, and but he would take over. Like he really wanted to be in these scenes and games, so it would always be about him. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. But I met wonderful people and got some training. And so when I went to the Groundlings, it was definitely, you didn't get right in, and it took a while, and you had to really work. And there was, I think 3 levels at the time, then there was 4, then now there's 5. So you really work and study and train. And I like that. Whether you get to become a Groundling or not, I think the training that we offer is spectacular. And more people walk away and become very successful at what they do based on that. And they may look at the Groundlings going, well, fuck you, because I didn't become one. But I can honestly say, but the training you got, you may not realize that, has helped you.
You were a teacher at Groundlings. Tell me about some of your famous students.
Chris Kattan, Mike McDonald, Sherry O'Terry, Maya Rudolph, Kristen Wiig. I didn't teach her, but she was a babysitter for my son when I was working on. I think I was working on The Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
Was she a babysitter? Was she a good babysitter?
My son loved her.
Yeah.
Oh, she was adorable. And, we went to her first wedding. He was invited. He just adored her. She was awesome and wonderful. And I didn't realize how funny she was because I didn't get a chance to teach her. So and she wasn't in the Groundlings very long. Who else? I don't know. There's always people that
When you're teaching, can you just tell right away, these people
Lisa Kudrow. There's something special.
Yeah.
There's definitely something special with all these people. There isn't anyone that has gone places where I go, really?
Yeah.
That I taught. Yeah. No, there definitely, you could tell.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Lisa Kudrow was just so unique and so different and so I loved her dry sense of humor, and she was intelligent, and yeah.
I took one class at the Groundlings, and I have a successful podcast now.
There you go.
Because of it.
There you go. So, enough said. And look at you. You're doing improv right now.
That's true. I'm making it up as I go.
That's true, yeah.
There's no script, people.
Boom.
Just living in the moment, relationships.
That's it.
Have an emotion.
Listen, don't deny, and don't ask a lot of questions.
Well, I feel like I'm learning right now.
Will, you just graduated level 1 of the Groundlings.
Yes, and the old yes and theory.
So then you got into Groundlings, and that's when your career. took off?
Well, because I met Mike Myers, because we were doing an improv show, and Julie Sweeney was on Saturday Night Live with him. And
She did Pat.
Yes.
Yeah.
And brought him to do the Cooking with Gas show, which is done every Thursday night at the Groundlings. And so I met him, and he thought I was funny, and I thought he was funny. And so, he did it a couple of times, and then we just kind of really respected one another's work, and that led to my auditioning for Frau.
Nice.
Yeah.
Frau. Should we get into that now? Because I don't really even want to talk about it, you know?
All right, let's real quickly.
Okay, fine.
What do you want me to say?
No, I mean, we're going to talk about it. Let's just get it out of the way.
I just have to
Powers.
say
Uh-oh.
that there is this, I'm going tonight to this party because I guess there is a new themed Austin Powers club in Glendale, if anybody wants to go and check that out at some point in your life. But yeah, so that's kind of a cool thing, even though it's a little late in the game.
Yeah.
But those films still have a lifespan. I'm so grateful.
I loved all three of them, and I still feel like they're probably going to try and do a fourth one somewhere because the way things are going nowadays. Maybe. Well, here's my question for you. We all know Frau Farbissina. Oh, the audience might not know. Frau Farbissina, hilarious character in all three Austin Powers movies. My question is more actor specific. Was the yelling improvised or was that scripted?
When I yell things, well, I think in the script it just maybe said shouts,
Okay.
Yeah.
but that's how I yell.
I feel like that was something you did just like in a take when you were messing around and they're like, holy shit, that's funny.
No, I'm pretty sure. You probably have to ask Mike or Jay. Maybe I'll ask them if I run into them. But I'm sure it said she shouts or, capital letters, which is
all
meaning
caps.
shouts.
Yeah.
And there are things, like send in so what am I going to go? Send in the clone. No, I'm going to go, send in the clone. And I have a very specific, high-pitched, annoying sound when I yell.
It's fantastic.
Thank you.
I do have one more question. The unstrapping of the glove when you're talking about your partner, Unibrow.
That was given to I did not do that on my own.
Man.
I'm pretty sure that was like, try to do that.
I could just see you sitting there messing around and you're just like...
No, I think that was given to me, and the beautiful Mary Jo Smith played my lover, the Unibrow.
This is my LPGA tour, Unibrow.
Yeah.
And last one. There's no way the Lucky Charm stuff was scripted.
No, I did that.
You did that, all right.
Well, because I remember going at the audition, and I don't remember what the lines were exactly and stuff. And then Jay Roach had said, "Okay, so let's just improvise that, and have fun with it." And so that's, I think, where I came up with, it's like candy and the little marshmallows and there's the candy and the sweet and the kids don't know it's something good for them. Or I don't even remember
it's
what
fun.
I said.
I'm having fun. It's candy.
Yes, it's candy. All these good. It's cavities. Of course, now I can think of 1,000 things to do with it. But yes, I did play with that.
Yes, and then the look afterward, and everybody's staring at you, and you're just like,
yes.
all sullen.
Well, I think that was beautifully edited.
It was it was great. I mean,
Yeah.
you still had to give that fantastic look for them
Yes.
to edit in there, and I just thought that was...
Yes.
I still
really fun.
never forget your single, like that little
Yeah.
hair strand right on your forehead. It's
Yes,
amazing.
and then by my ears.
No,
the
the little loop.
Yes.
After I get out the pool, my hair's kind of long and curly.
Yeah.
I get some of those too. So I've done the Frau look after the shower.
My favorite was when they go back in time, and you see the younger version of number 2, which is
Rob Lowe.
Rob
Rob
Lowe,
Lowe.
and I stay the same.
Yeah, I remember that. It's so
That made
great.
me laugh.
'Cause
Wow, you look so... Right.
It's just, but it was brilliantly, I mean,
Yeah.
that's just so brilliant. So yeah.
All right, did we do it? Is that it?
I mean, unless there's any stories you've always wanted to tell about the Austin Powers movies that nobody ever asked you about?
No.
I didn't think so. I feel like everyone's asking.
I mean, really, because it's Mike was hysterical, and we would all have to, and every take he would do, he would play and he would improvise, and you just let him go, and we all had to hold back and refrain from wanting to laugh. And then when you cut, then we were like, oh my God. He's brilliant. He's an incredible improviser, and he would just give us a treat. And so those were great. And just, being on the set with these people was like, because I was sort of like the lower one on the totem pole. I was the newbie, because Robert Wagner had been around, Seth had a career, and so it was just me. So I just, took everything in, listened to stories, and I couldn't believe by the time the third one came that I was still involved. And I will always be grateful, and I will never, ever say that I get tired of people asking me and still making a big deal about it, because those things live on for, it's like 25 years from the first one, I think, right?
97.
It's
Let me double check. I'm 99% sure it's 97.
So it's pretty incredible.
I think that's a testament of being a very good actor, is being able to sit across from someone just like Saturday Night Live. People always just cracking it. Like, I think if you can sit there and take Mike Myers, or a lot of people act across from like Jim Carrey in the early days, and he was just going nuts, and just have to sit there and just
that's
take
hard.
That's so hard to do.
And the good thing was that I could sort of press my face together, because she's very severe, so you can hold out. But there is, I can see it. But if in the scene where it's I'm late, and he's like, no, I go, no, I mean I'm late. And he starts talking to me. Right before it cuts to the next scene, I lose it. And I can see a little bit of it starting, but that scene was so hard for us to do, because first of all, I made him laugh first, which was like a gift. And then it was, I couldn't look at him, so I would try to look away from him, just like on his ear or something. That was such a hard scene to do.
I'm going to watch that scene tonight. So I
don't know if you, think about that, but I can, and maybe it's just in my mind, maybe you can't really see it, but I know exactly what happened. It was just, oh God, I broke.
I always pull my arm hair. If my arm's in the shot, I pull my arm hair, and that makes me not laugh.
Well,
he's got no arm hair on his left arm.
There's a bald patch
I'm
right here.
so sorry.
During these scenes, if my hands are on the table, it's just.
No, I think you got to squeeze your butt cheeks.
Your butt cheeks.
I'll do both at the same time.
Yeah, try that.
If I was doing it across from Mike Myers, I'd probably stab myself with a knife in the leg while he's talking. All right, you did it. We're past it. We're never gonna.
I love you, Austin Powers.
We're never gonna ask you to talk about that again.
All right.
So, what was Austin Powers like? we set up.
What was your inspiration for Austin Powers?
What was it like working with Mike? Will there be a fourth?
Are you involved with the project?
Oh crap! I just kind of said, but I didn't ask you though.
What happened?
I said there's going to be a fourth one. I didn't ask you if there's going to be a fourth one.
We don't know for sure.
You were just making fun of people asking if there's going to be a fourth one, and I thought in my head that I said it.
Oh no, you said.
But I didn't ask you.
You made a bet, which is a fair bet.
You're okay, babe. You're
today's
okay.
Movie market.
You're okay. It's over. It's like we can move on.
I can finally unclench my butt cheeks.
Yes, thank you. Drinking what? Are you drinking a milkshake?
No, it's iced coffee in a McDonald's cup.
Oh God! All right.
I drink a lot of iced coffee. I stopped making my own cold brew because I would have psychotic episodes.
He used to make this like uber potent cold brew.
I love cold brew, and when I go into Starbucks, it's like I love the nitro.
That you should get him to make you some, because
why? How do you do it?
I had a sip and I was wired for like 8 hours.
I need that.
The best way I can describe it is it would make me time travel. It would make me go forward like 15 minutes.
Will you give me a recipe?
I'll make you some. I'll make you a whole.
Right now?
Well, no. It takes 12 to 24 hours.
Well, I'm not. Do I have to come to your house?
We live close.
That's true. We can meet. We can meet at
in a public area in front of a police station.
Yeah,
like we can meet at the Craigslist meet areas.
Oh,
they have designated areas now. You can meet with people with supervisors.
I just have to tell you that I had to walk to my car to a parking lot in Hollywood last night after I did this fundraiser, and as I'm walking down this dark street alone, I realized, what the fuck are you doing? Why do you think you are invincible? And these two gentlemen are walking towards me, and they weren't doing anything, but it made me nervous because it got in my head. And I'm carrying like two, purses, and I start getting confident, and then I kind of go off to the street like I'm going to make it look like I'm getting into my car right over here. So, and I walked over there, and they just walked by, and then I thought anybody could, and then somebody told me if you act crazy and talk to yourself or loud or sing, nobody wants to come.
It's true.
So I did. I started just like, well, everything is okay, and I want to, and.
Incredible.
And then I went to my car in where people, it was like a parking lot where people were.
Yeah.
But it was just for that moment, I was like, you're on Hollywood Boulevard and there's crazy people and you better be one of them. So that's just my little advice to people. Or run. I run.
Run.
Literally, sometimes if I'm visiting my friend Annie Sertich, you know who Annie Sertich is, and if you don't know who Annie Sertich is, look her up. She's amazing.
She's the 4th podcast.
Episode 5.
But she's brilliant. And anyway, so if I walking home from her place, because we live close to each other, if I'm walking home to her place and it's kind of late at, I run, which is great exercise because it's not, but I will run and I will talk to myself.
That's why my go-to fight strategy is immediately get naked. Nobody wants to fight a naked man.
That is so true.
You just start stripping. And talk as much shit as you can. She's like, wait till I drop my pants. Then it's game time, sir. And they're like,
I should maybe like, well, my vagina is out. My vagina is out. But you don't think somebody would go like, oh, good, she's ready.
You're a lot more attractive than me. So
Not at night when I'm running from my friend's house.
I don't know. A glistening naked Mindy
now I
Sterling.
look pretty horrible.
Oh my god. Next. Yeah, well, so we've covered the basics now.
Self-defense.
I want to talk about Con Man. For a sec.
It's one of my favorites.
You are hilarious.
Thank
in
you.
It. I think I watched the clip of you doing of Mice and Men with Lou Ferrigno.
Yes.
How much?
Lou Ferrigno is deaf.
Is he really?
Yes.
For real?
Yes.
This is weird.
You didn't know that?
I talked to him at a party.
Well, he has a hearing aid.
Uh-huh.
And, they look at you and they read lips as well. But no, because he had to sing in that.
Yeah.
And I thought, how is he going to do that?
Yeah.
And he recorded it, and then when we shot it. But yeah.
He lives
Such a
across the
sweet
street
man.
from one of my really good friends, and him and his wife came over to their party, and I was talking. And I audition Lou Ferrigno Jr. all the time. He comes in for a lot of stuff.
Oh, really?
So I had a chat with him, but I was talking to him, Lou Ferrigno's senior and his wife for like 20 minutes one night, and I had no clue.
Yeah, really, she's very sweet too.
But to be honest, he didn't really say a lot. She was kind of So maybe
kind of a quiet
maybe
man.
that was a bad litmus test of his hearing. But in those scenes and a couple other ones, you play like a has-been actress.
Well,
slash,
she's crazy. She's a little eccentric. She's very narcissistic, and it is all about her. But she ends up being Alan Tudyk, one of my favorite people. His talent manager for Comic-Cons, and then he loses his agent or something. Then she's like, well, then I can do that too. Yeah. But she is just a little out there, just a little. There's people out there that are pushy and aggressive, and very inappropriate. He receives like a basket of fruit for something, and she tests all the apples and tells them that don't eat these are all mealy. So there's bites and everything. And my favorite thing is that she wears a different wig for each episode.
That
Nothing's
awesome.
ever said. I thought it would be fun. I was like, oh my God, if you will let me wear wigs, I love wigs. And she's a different look for every episode. Yeah, it's just who she is. It's like an accessory.
Yeah. Do you think it's freeing to do those scenes where you actually have to act? Because then it's like you're supposed to be acting bad, but it takes a good actor to be overacting and acting bad.
Well, but I do it, and I think the way you do it has to be really sincere to the character.
Right.
You have to think, I'm not acting bad. I'm just doing what she would do. And that really has to center you.
Yeah. I think it's like
It's like an onion level of layers. It always blows my mind when actors play a different version of actors acting, and like it's like, oh,
exactly.
Acting poorly, except they're actually doing a very good job of acting to make it look like you're acting poorly. Is poor.
Yeah,
and it is. It's kind of that it's tricky because if you try to act like you're, but it's just there's something that what is it that makes her bad? What is it that that she can use that she thinks is great, and clearly she is so off the mark. We do this thing. I don't know if you ever saw this. We do this thing called Beverly Winwood Actors Showcase. Oh my God, Robbie.
Uh-oh.
Okay, this is a must, you guys.
Okay.
We did it, I guess maybe about a month ago. Tony Sepulveda, he was he is a big casting to do at Warner Brothers. Anyway, he put together these series of scenes that all of these incredible actors, a lot of them are Groundlings or were Groundlings. And what we're doing is an actor showcase. And it's one of those things where we come out as characters and introduce ourselves as characters and then set up a real scene from a play or a movie and recreate them. And we are completely inappropriate. We are completely horrible. But it's one of those things where we're not acting, it's the character that is acting that shouldn't be doing this. And it is run by this woman, Susan Yeagley, Beverly Winwood, who is taking our money and just giving us horrible advice and telling us, this is the role for you. This is what you need to do. This will show your range. Blah, blah, blah. It is one of the most rewarding experiences for the audience as well as us. Casting people are like, when we do it for a special whatever, they come out of the woodworks. It is their favorite thing to see. So next time it's on, we've got to get you in to see this. We've done it at the Groundlings. We've done it at the Celebration Theater. We've like lots of different places I don't even remember where. But, it's amazing.
We're on board. I'm in for that.
I wrote, we are going.
Yeah.
Capital letters. So
yes.
don't
worry.
So,
so just, I'll have to keep that in mind.
How
But
often
anyway,
does that happen?
Well, we didn't do it. We did it like 2 nights, about 2 or 3 weeks. I think it was the end of April we did it. And and then we didn't do it for several years before that, like maybe 2 or 3 years before that. So it just depends on when he can. It's hard because to get all of the originals together, it's like, Melissa McCarthy was one of the originals, and she didn't get to do it this last time. Me, Mike Hitchcock, Tim Bagley. Oh God, it's so funny. Jennifer Coolidge, and oh God, I'm horrible. Cheryl Hines. Excuse me. Sometimes we had Paul Rubens do it. So it's whoever can do it, and it's just you will wet your pants. But it's that just you look at this, and it's and you can tell because like you're in the business, you're in behind the camera, and you see people come in, and you're like, oh, honey, no.
I say that a lot more than I wish I did.
No, this is no, you can't do this. Yeah.
Oh, you actually segued for me. I was going to ask about some of your amazing actors. You book a lot of stuff, but not every audition is good. I wanted to hear some of the bad stories.
Well, I am one of those people that leaves and just I don't have a sense of myself. I do when I'm really, really bad, but a lot of times I think I'm bad and then I get a call. So I don't have a sense of myself. I get anxiety. Mm. It's just who I am, and I really, really try to work through it, but it's just something I am. So I did I did one recently that it was like way too many pages for me. Mm. I have a horrible memory. Way too many pages for me. And it was like 3 scenes, and it was like it was the new Murphy Brown.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I was never a big Murphy Brown fan, and sitcom stuff is hard for me because it's all about line joke. Mm. And it's, oh my God, I have to set the joke up, and then I have to do the joke, and I have to remember it. So anyway, they're recasting. They were recasting the the part of the bartender because he passed. So they wanted his wife. So you're like, oh, please, they're going to find someone and it's in New York. And it's like, oh my God, I can't move to New York. And oh my God, I had all these horrible anxieties. I should have just literally said to my agent, God, I would love more than anything to do a series. I didn't feel connected to this. Isn't my thing. Mm-hmm. But no, it was just, and then I talked to myself and going, Mindy, stop it. You go and you do the best you can. In fact, I even told Annie Sertich, Annie, it's hard. This isn't my thing. She goes, well, you are going to go, aren't you? I guess so. What I needed for her to say was, Mindy, you don't need to. But when she said that, I went, I'm a big fat baby. So
she's being a good friend, encouraging.
Yeah, because sometimes she will. Sometimes she'll say, Mindy, don't. So now I'm like, and I'm getting sick to my stomach over it. So I get to the audition, and nobody famous was there. I mean, but they're incredible working women that, I admire, and they're wonderful actresses. And I remember going up to my one friend, and I said, oh my God, I swear to God, I'm like sick over this. And she looked at me and she goes, why? And I realized, I need to keep this shit to myself. Mm-hmm. And I went, oh, nothing. So I go in, and once I get there, I realize, I'm missing a scene. So now I have 2 scenes, okay? Before I told you it was 3 scenes, but now I have 2 scenes. Now realizing, okay? So now I did the audition, and I am all over the place. I am just, he goes, and he gave me a note, and I went, okay. I don't know it. And then and he goes, all right, well, let's do the second scene. So I did the second scene, and I'm like, and he goes, how about the third? And I went, oh God, I'm sorry, I can't believe I don't have the third scene. And he's like, that's okay, there's a lot of words. I said, okay, thank you. And I left. By now I'm laughing at myself because I'm so horrific. And I almost said to him, if I had the balls, I wanted to say to him, hey, and he knew who hey, you know what? If I were you, I would just take me off the reel. It's just, we don't need to see this. I mean, really. I mean, it wasn't like I was, self-deprecating. It was just, so I called my agent and I said, okay, so I shouldn't have gone. This wasn't my thing, but I wanted to prove to myself that I'm better than what I think. And he goes, oh, all right. And so he called the guy and said, hey, I just want to check on Mindy Sterling. She said she wasn't really, he was having a hard time with it. And he was like, yeah, it wasn't one of her best moments. My agent calls to tell me that and laughs. So he says, yeah, she said it was when you read it. I go, well, I know that. Why would you tell me that? But I already told you I was horrible.
Hey, just calling. You were right. You were terrible. Just wanted to let you know.
So now now it's just, so you have, I sort of have to laugh.
Great.
But, okay, so that was really, really horrible. I mean, there are other things where, I do remember when I think I was one of the first people that went in for Mad TV, and I did my characters. And again, this is my perception. We don't always know. And my perception when I did all my characters and I looked out at them, and I'm going to show you what I saw from everyone, was their eyes looking at me and their mouths just like hanging, dropping like, what was that? Again, my perception, I'm sure, did not get a call back. But so we don't know. And like I said, sometimes I leave and I am like, oh, fuck. I messed up. I don't need, and I can improvise, but, they don't want that. And then you go, no, well, they want you. Mm. So I don't know anything.
Yeah, well, you don't have to. That's the best part.
I do. I always say I do the best I can for who I am, and hopefully I can get through it.
Yeah.
Good, you've done a good job.
But I have been now, I have been with the scripted hand when I leave, I rip it up. So I don't look over. I rip it up and I get rid of it so that it's that toxic. It's done. It's over. Move on. Go get a man. Go do something good. I always say this. Go do something good for yourself, because I look at it this way. When we get the call, This is my whole like regimen. You get the call, then we look at the script. Then you see how many lines you have. Then you read the script. I have to read the script over and over because I don't retain very well. Now I have to think about what day is it? Okay, now I have to reschedule my day. Now I have to take my dog. When can I drop my dog off at the babysitters? Now I have to. What am I going to wear? Do I wear my hair up? Do I wear my hair down? Do I wear this? Now I have to work on it. Now I have to go in traffic. I have to figure that out. Now I have to get there. Now I have to park. Now, you guys, it's a lot.
You are putting a lot into it.
But that's what we have to do.
Yeah,
now,
no,
I
I agree.
am overdoing it because that's how I think.
Yeah.
And some are a little easier. Some don't give me that much stress. It's just fun. Commercials. That's why I love commercials. They're fun. I don't have to study.
They don't even want you to say the lines anymore until you get on set.
But they're all on the board.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so I put a lot into it. Sometimes it works for me. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I get that beautiful call. Yeah, they just want to make you an offer. I'm there. Just tell me how many lines.
Just send it to me beforehand.
Well, I
get it ready.
make sure that you send me. Let me see the script first, please.
Yeah. I auditioned you, and you got a call back. I can't remember what the job was, but you were an office worker.
Did I get it?
No, you didn't, but I remember you were in the running for a long time. They had it narrowed down. It was like you and 3 other people.
Oh, wait a minute. I did get it.
You did?
It was Carl's Jr.
And you're in an office, and you're looking at somebody. Yeah, because whoever you're looking at was walking through an office with the...
Okay, can I just tell you about that? It was. And I was sort of the older woman who was, outside the main guy. And when which was great and fun and wonderful, and when that commercial aired, I don't know how this works, maybe you can tell me, because I think I got residuals, I had no lines. You could barely see me. I was an extra. And they made such a big deal about having me on the set and doing, because it was Austin Powers. It was like people like to talk to me about it. Such a big deal about having me on the set. I was so grateful and gracious, and they did some great shots of me. And when that came out, I am an extra. How does that work?
No, if you're casted as an OCP and they show any sort of your face, you get residuals.
But I didn't talk, and I didn't have a moment.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
As long as your face is...
you have to...
It can even be just your mouth, as long as part of your face is...
Oh, okay. So even if I literally, all the other people got moments, literally I'm like, oh, there I am. Okay, and I'm done.
Yeah, the Toyota spot I'm in, friend of the show, Jolene, booked it, and she's an office worker, and she is on the screen so fast, and she's got same amount
well,
I did.
that's good to know. Okay.
Yeah, it's. I think the rules, if I'm remembering correctly, is like if you could be recognized, like if somebody who like your own mother or father, like someone who would immediately recognize you, they can recognize you. Boom, you're getting.
Also, if you interact with the main character too.
So. All my stuff was cut. All of my stuff.
Regardless, I think if it's.
But still, I felt so bad because it was just like I had some funny moments, and I mean, I understand it's not about Mindy. But I'm glad I was on. I'm glad I got, and I knew the Chip Eston, who played the senior, Carl's Jr. But it was so much fun and whatever. But it's always such a strange business when that happens.
And it's like the casting process also sucks because I guarantee, from what I remember, you were by far the best actress. Because they were doing male and female office workers, and it was like they brought in groups of 3, and it was like boom, boom, boom. And I of course knew who you were, and I was watching you, and there's a good actor, like someone who performs very well, and there's a good actor who's sitting in the chair, and the director says, okay, turn slower, and blah, 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 and then you, on the first try, turned and did exactly what he asked for, and the other 2 didn't. I remember, moments like that, like people don't understand why directors use the same actors and actors over and over again is because they take direction on the fly, and they do it perfectly and not waste time. And you did that every time, and then at the end of the day, it was this kind of... I mean, when it left here, I don't think you were one of the choices, which they can obviously change at any minute. But it was like, well, we can't use her because we need a man because this other character.
Well, and now we're up against diversity. Mm-hmm. So you know what I mean. So that I think that is changing the scheme of things and how much we work, because it isn't about being good. It is about, but we need to find, ethnic and something of that nature, and we can't change. And you know what? My feeling is, well, good for them. I mean, I understand that, but I definitely would like to be thought of as ethnic.
Yeah.
That's why I'm working on. I'm trying to get outside.
I'm my own ethnic. I'm a Jew.
I know a lot of actors.
A white Jew.
A lot of actors that come in here that change their SAG name to be more Spanish.
I'll bet now. Yeah,
they're all doing it. A lot of them are.
Well,
they add in, like, I could add Descante.
Yeah, I was gonna say
add an E on the end.
Throw an E on the end, Robbie. You'd be
Roberto
from
Descante, hola.
Puerto Rico.
but it's sad, but it's what we have to do now to keep up. It's like, that's unfortunate. And I think the other thing I have going for me is that I'm older. So I can, I can
That's
play
good.
grandmother. Yeah, I can play grandmother. I'm not up against all the young 30, 40, 50-year-olds. I'll be 65.
Ooh,
So
23.
Yeah,
Almost
but
23.
it's it's okay. I mean, no, I don't like to get old, and I don't like to look at myself. But I go in now on those old. I can go on those old cares, and a lot of the women are older than me. So it's like, well, if they want a fresh, older, new face. And someone that they are going to love talking to on the set because everybody loves talking to me, then they will do it.
If you were Asian, you have no idea.
I could be.
If you were 65 and Asian, you'd be
Oh, I
crushing
wish
it.
I was.
That is by far the hardest market. The product will remain nameless, but we did a commercial here. We did 4 spots: Hispanic market, African American market, Asian market, general market, which is. They can't say white people market, general market, and
General market.
all the other ones, all the African American had entirely African American cast, Asian had entirely Asian cast, Hispanic market had entirely Hispanic market cast, and the general market had 8 people and 2 were white, and the rest were all the other ones. I was like, man, that sucks because I was up for one of those roles, and I wound up not getting it, but there's only 2 roles out of all those spots.
It's hard because now it's like if you're white, if you're Caucasian, you are doomed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know so many people say that, and it's like, oh my gosh, how sad that we can't just be the right person.
Mm-hmm.
Though I'm also a huge advocate to bring in, personally, like for TV and stuff, why aren't they bringing in people with wheelchairs? Why aren't they bringing in disabled people that can still act and still have a stutter? I don't know. I think that's interesting. I remember seeing some shows in the past where they brought in little people, as lawyers, or people in for in wheelchairs, and I'm thinking, that's the world we live in.
Yeah.
I mean, be open to that. Bring them in. That doesn't mean that they'll get the job. If they're not good actors, then they shouldn't get the job.
Right.
But why not bring them in?
We did an audition here a couple of years ago for School for the Blind, and we had like a bunch of blind actors coming in.
How
and, It was really cool.
awesome.
One of the guys I talked to for a long time about video games and TV shows and anime and stuff, and he was just like the nicest dude. And I was like, he's like, yeah, I don't like you, because it was weird that he was blind and still like listened and watched movies. And I was like, how is that? Like, how's the spirits? He goes, it's all sound. And so just listening to like. The way he loved cartoons because the voice actors would bring so much.
Yeah, so much to him,
especially
sure.
cheaper animations. He's like, I love the cheaper stuff because I don't care that the animation's cheap. I can't see it.
Yes.
So, I was like, that's so like it was really fascinating. And so that was a really cool day.
I do. I
It was a
think
cool
that
day.
that's a world that people need to be open to, and it's. Again, it's somebody making those changes and somebody making that. Let's open this up, or let's create this. It's like the runway models. Not everyone has to be really, really thin. Now you have, more voluptuous women. It's like, yeah, we're just not as much. In women, we beat ourselves up because we still don't have that perfect thin body. And there you go. And good night.
She's standing up. She's walking out.
She's out of here. Thank you, Mindy. Great
And
guest.
with that, I need some chips.
Great guest.
Bring the chips.
Oh man, I think one of the funny things about the last thing about the commercials is I've been doing this for so long that there's a difference between someone saying thank you and saying thank you with we're done with you, thank you very much, versus thank you, you could get the job. Like when the director says, let me explain what I mean by that. The director will be up here, you'll do 1, 2 takes, and they'll go, thank you.
Oh, that's
or
horrible.
thank you. Right? Do you hear that tone, the difference? Like I could tell you, or great job. Same thing with great job. When I'll be at a callback and I'll do a performance and he'll do adjustment and I'll do that. And then I'll say, great job. I'm like, oh, fuck, didn't get it. I can tell by the way he said, great job. And
Is that, so now I'm going to be listening to that.
Well, here, what you do is record it and then text it to me. I'll tell you. Because there's varying levels of it. But most of the time I can tell you by the way they said it. Thank you so much. It's like, oh, fuck. That means thank you so much. Get the fuck out.
Oh, I know. Well, yeah, but see, I'll get the, oh, God, thank you so much for coming in, Mindy. And I'm thinking, oh, all right, well, yeah, thank you for entertaining us, but no.
Yeah.
I never know. I mean, I really thought I was going to get that DirecTV. And it was just like, it was up to, between you and someone else. And then, of course, I'm like, fuck, I wasn't loose enough. That was it. I had a plane to catch. I wasn't loose enough. Damn it. And then all what you could have done, I don't think we need to know about avails.
Yeah.
Just let me know if I got it or not.
That's a good point.
They've already asked you, are you available the date of the shoot? That's all they need to tell me. That's just me.
And the one good thing about it is generally the second the casting is over, they'll put you on a veil. So at least if you audition that day and you're not even put on a veil that day, then you didn't get it. Like,
are you sure? Pretty much?
Most of the time.
Okay.
A large percentage. Not every time, because sometimes they'll do 2 days of callbacks and they'll wait till the next day. But
because sometimes it's
commercials only, not theatrical.
Right,
okay.
But it's also too. It's if it's a lot of people, they still would know if. And okay, now so my question is, how many? When they say you're on a veil, how many other people are usually on a veil? Is it less than 5? So I'm
going to give you the old Hollywood answer. It depends.
I figured, yeah.
The majority of the time, the largest percentage is 2, a first choice and a backup. Those 2 will be the only avail.
Really?
Large percentage of the time. Sometimes they'll do first choice and then 3 backups. They'll give them 3 options of other people they can work with. Sometimes.
And how? Okay, so let's talk about me. So in other words, so I was in. Now they had to fit me in. So then they brought my competitors in after. So I was the guinea pig. So
never go first at a callback.
I couldn't help it because it was a new character. Mm-hmm. They had just introduced it, and I had to because I had a flight.
Yeah.
So they fit me in the beginning, and all the faces you could tell. Well, Mindy Sterling, and and I was funny, and I was physical, and blah 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 blah. And so, do they sit there and do they see everybody first, and then go, Mindy, Shannon and Mindy.
You're gonna love this one. It depends.
I figure. I mean, there isn't. Yes, again, there isn't like a yeah.
Every director is different. Though I only work with a handful. Well, I've worked with a lot, I guess, and the ones I worked with a lot. Some of them will literally rifle through people, and they'll hit someone they like, and they'll do 2, 3 takes, and then the rest of the day, it's are you better than that person or not? So sometimes with these directors, you'll walk in their room, and they'll be like, okay, I already know Mindy Sterling's got it. Are you better than her at 1 take? Nope. And they'll just rifle through people.
Somebody was better than me.
It's just weird because that's kind of what a couple of directors do. Other ones make piles of people they like. So people come in, and sometimes if you look on the floor, you'll see. Don't look at. Actually, I don't want to tell you anything.
No, I will not. I can't. Well, no. That
I want me to tell you this next part or no? I don't want you to think about it when you walk in. They'll just have piles on the floor like yes and no. So when you'll have your headshot, you'll walk in, they'll watch you perform, and when you walk out, they'll put you...
Well, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
You wouldn't see it.
Sometimes they do it as they're acting. I've seen that before, too. I'm like, ooh, that's the no pile.
No.
But you're usually performing, you're not looking that way anyway.
Exactly.
But, yeah, so then at the end of the day, they'll take their yes pile, they'll spread it out, and they'll say, okay, these are the 6 I like.
Isn't what we do.
It's crazy.
What we do. We are insane.
A lot of times...
I'm just a pile of pictures.
a couple of them will generally have, before the callback even starts, they'll have the person they want. And if they come in and hit it again.
Well, again,
sometimes.
The director may want it, but that doesn't mean that the clients do.
True.
So then you've got that argument.
The client is the end all be. The agency and the director will usually be somewhat on the same page.
Yeah.
And then the client will come in and change it all up if they feel like it. Some clients are more than others. I know like Disney's like 6 levels of approval you got to get through to get.
Insanity.
It's crazy. So if you get booked in a Disney job, that's nothing short of a miracle. With how many, you don't realize how many people you go through that have to give you a check mark.
Yeah, I figure. Yeah.
But it's fun.
Is it?
I still say fun was maybe the wrong word there. It's something to do.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Is that better? But my offer still extends. You ever want to come in on a session?
Thank
by
you.
all
Yeah, that'd be
means,
interesting.
I'd love for you
really.
to come watch and just see.
Me
It's
too.
a very interesting
Would.
process. I think anybody, that should be like, you should have like a Starline tour that goes Hollywood Hills, Santa Monica Beach, and then casting with Robbie D.
Well, it's the business part of it. You know what it is? It's business. And so that gives you, like, again, it just gives you an idea of, it's about learning your craft.
Yeah. And I think just even my mom, when she comes in town, will sit in this room for hours and watch people because she has so much fun. Just it's so interesting.
Well, because she doesn't have television.
She doesn't.
This is like her show.
This is it. Change the channel. That means cut. Thank you very much. That's great. Mindy, I do need you to clear something up for me here.
Okay.
I have a quote from you. Oh, we didn't mention this, but you did get nominated for 2 Emmys in the same category. You were 2 of the choices.
I know.
And on this red carpet, you told the reporter, "I'm here for the ride. I'm just here to have a great time. I have no control over anything except my bowels."
Which is just so weird.
End quote.
And obviously, there was no thought put into that. And poop is always on my mind. I talk about the lack of poop, a great poop, why I haven't pooped in days.
That's good on set.
And so that just sort of maybe I had a pooping issue that day.
You're trying to overcompensate.
Yeah.
Do you have a squatty potty?
No.
Get one.
Why?
I have one, and I've convinced 10 members of my family and friends.
Do you have to sit on it for a while before?
No. It's just a stool that slides in and out from under your thing.
But why does it help you release?
Yeah, it puts your legs up at an angle, releases the kink. If you're a
Couldn't I
poop
just sit on
enthusiast-
that? Couldn't I just sit and put a
So I
what do you
built-
call it? A step stool?
Yeah, absolutely.
could.
And I did it. I first tried it with books, 'cause I didn't buy that it was going to work.
God
so
love you.
I put little book piles in my bathroom, but the books shift.
I knew
under
these
your
National
feet.
Geographic would come in handy one day.
Stacks of National Geographic for the left foot. But if you enjoy pooping, you need to do
Well,
it.
I like because it's such a release, and I take at night. I take 2 400 milligrams of magnesium, and then in the morning I have like a half a glass, like about a 6-ounce glass of water, and I warm it up, and then I put lemon juice in it because they say that's good.
For your heart.
And when that happens, a lot of times, fantastic. But boy, when it doesn't, I am just a crab apple when I can't poop.
It will make everything so much
Okay,
easier.
I'm going to try that with
$20.
this. No, just a moment before I invest. I have a step stool that is like the perfect size for that, I think. So I'm going to try that.
Yeah, 7. You want it between 7 and 9
Do you have to do it every
inches.
morning or just any time?
No, it's whenever you use it.
I'm going to go home and poop. Let me try that. Do you
Yeah.
just kind of go, I'm just going to poop?
You just slide it out.
So wait a
and-
minute. So you don't even it doesn't have to be morning or night?
Yeah,
it's
whenever you
whenever
poop.
you-
Yeah, whenever you.
How
want
do
to
you know?
use it.
Oh, so you have to wait to poop.
Just
No. It's whenever. It's just a stool.
your
that
own
slides
body's
under.
clock,
Yeah,
whenever
so
you go.
whenever
So
you
randomly,
go,
I
you
can
use
say,
it.
I'm going to go do it right now, even though I don't feel like I have to poop.
No, it won't force poop out.
That's what I'm saying.
Whenever you have to poop, you use it to enhance your pooping experience.
Oh, right now. Okay. But there are days where
the science behind it, if we want to go a little bit further here. We have some diagrams we'll show you. Basically, raising your feet up makes you more like the way the Homo sapiens, Homo erectus,
Got it.
would have done it with the
It releases
squatting.
one of the kinks.
Okay.
Like
So
muscle.
instead of your colon bending, it makes it go straight. Blue, blah, blah, blah. I still think just go get some Taco Bell and you'll be fine.
No, I don't eat this shit.
Exactly. That's the point.
No. But I will try that before I invest.
It'll get you going all right. Taco Bell. We got to bring around the Taco Bell at some
No.
point. That's our fake sponsor.
Yeah, we're trying to get them to sponsor
We
us.
just talk about them all the time.
Oh, okay. That's funny.
Okay, Mindy.
Yes.
I have some really bad news.
What?
It's time for you to enter the most difficult segment of the show.
Oh, my God. All right. I'm ready. I'm buckled in.
Oh, well, you already did it. I was going to tell you strap in your seatbelt.
I've
but
already
you beat me
done it.
to
I'm
it. Wonderful. Strap in your seatbelt. Well, fasten it tighter.
Oh.
Because
All right. Got it.
this is method acting. For those of you playing along at home, I, Robby D, will ask Mindy scenarios, and she will give me the answer her character would say in this scenario. Mindy, are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Scenario 1.
It's nighttime in Hollywood, and you're walking through a parking lot alone when a gang of singing men approaches you like this. How do you react?
Oh my God. What great voices you have. Are you musical comedy stars? My husband and my kids, they're over at the Pig and Whistle, and they're getting some fries, and I wanted to get a t-shirt. But look at, can I take a picture of you? Oh my God, what's your name? Homie? I'm just, no, that's my fanny pack. Leave this alone. Get away. Hey, somebody help me! He took my fanny pack! Is that what you mean?
That's a good answer.
Okay.
Scenario 2.
Yes.
The salesman at Bed Bath & Beyond is trying to upsell you to a deluxe squatty potty.
Well, now what would be the difference if I'm quite heavy, so that's just why I am assuming that you are giving me the bigger squatty potty, thinking that I have very huge, the fat bowels, but it's very different. Can I try it? Can I just sit on it? Yes. Where can I use it? Do you have a back bathroom? Oh no! I need for you to come with me so I could, you could tell me if I'm doing something wrong. Right back here. All right. Okay. Hello. Oh, you locked the door. Hello. You left me in the bathroom. All right. Well, let me try it alone, and I'll let you know if this. Oh, I barely got on it, and I completely had a horrible episode. All right. I'll buy 3. Oh, but I have a coupon.
That's a great answer, Mindy. We're gonna accept that. We have 2 more.
Okay.
The director of a commercial you just got a call back for says the role is yours, but you have to eat Taco Bell chalupas.
Oh my God. I'm going to haven't had chalupas in so long. Thank you so much. This is going to be great. Now, I have a couple of allergies. I might be just a little bit of a problem if I can just get the chalupa without the chalup.
You're doing much better than expected, Mindy. I'm not going to lie. This is great.
Thank you.
Here's our last scenario. We're going to get you out of this one if you can handle it.
All right.
Mike Myers calls you and says, Mindy, we're gearing up for Austin Powers 4. What do you think a good title would be?
Hello, Mike. Yes, I heard that you want to start it up again. After so many years, I don't know what happened to you. No, I've been good. Don't even ask. Let's see. Well, we could call it, Frau's New Adventures. We could call it, Frau Dates. We could call it Frau and Dr. Evil start a toy company. We could say Frau loses all her millions to Robby D. But, whatever. It doesn't matter what the title is. It matters that I'm in it. Please, you must cast me in it.
Woo! Wipe the sweat off your brow. That was a fantastic version. I have no arm hair left.
Clenching the butt cheeks was not as effective as I was hoping.
Woo, Mindy, that was
Thank you,
that's going to rival Annie for our best method acting.
We're gonna have to play them side by side, toe to toe.
It's all right. We don't have. There doesn't have to be a winner.
No, but
Annie and I
True.
can be equal.
I think we'll have to bring you both back and have an improv.
That we could do. We are very funny together.
Oh my God.
That sounds like a dream come true.
No, seriously.
I'm about to move down to my leg hair. Mindy, we're going to get you out of here on the same question we ask all of our guests
Okay.
at the end of the show. And that's what would Mindy Sterling now tell Mindy Sterling on that flight from Miami moving to Los Angeles?
She would say, "Hey, girl, you need to get some life skills before you take this plunge with a guy that you think you're going to spend the rest of your life with, because that did not happen. And that way you won't cry every single day for a year." That's what I would have said to her. It was tough. It was tough because I was very, very naive. That's the word. I was very naive.
Like maybe on the acting side of it, just something you would tell yourself, like,
I just mellow out, Mindy. Chill. It's going to work out. As my son says, Mom, you will work. You are Mindy fucking Sterling. This is what he has to say to me all the time. Seriously. And now Annie says that to me, and I say that to Annie. So that, if somebody says that to you, it does something to you, and it does give you that, you're right. Why do I have to be convinced? So that's my new mantra. I am Mindy fucking Sterling.
that's fantastic. We
Boom.
love it. Mindy fucking Sterling, thank you very much for coming on the show today. This is very
Thank you.
entertaining, very informative,
awesome.
very educational.
Thank you. It's really fun, you guys, and
Super
thank you for
fun.
putting me into this sweat box
Oh,
You're
we're-
welcome.
of a place.
The pictures will be online. You will be able to see it. Mindy, we loved having you. Such great advice. I have no arm hair left, but that's okay. Thank you very much, Producer Will. Great notes today. You did a great job.
Thank you. Yes.
I, of course, thought I wasn't doing a good job, but then I said, I'm Robbie fucking D.
Yes,
Of
that's
Robbie
it.
D and the Lesser Knowns. You guys have been listening. Tune in next week. Our guest is going to be Mike Myers.
Oh,
maybe.
Wouldn't that be something?
Only one way to find out, and that's tune in. We'll see you then. Thanks, guys.
Robbie D and the lesser known.